My name is Bernd Bauer. I'm German, and this is our story. I started boxing with 12 years. It was the reason for it was I fall in a lot of problems in my grow up, and my mom and my aunt told me, "Hey, learn to fight. Better for you." And that's what I do. I make boxing. Next step was I make a kickboxing, Thai boxing, Jet Kundo. I make a lot of sports around in fighting area. Yeah, I make a lot of different sports, not just boxing. I make Thai boxing, kickboxing, and Jet Kundo, Jiu-Jitsu, and yeah, like this. I love to fight. I love it to fight. I don't need especially to compare, but I love to teach different and new styles of fighting. That's my deal, yeah. Where my son is born, I was sure, okay, I teach him to fight. Of course, I know it, I have to do it, it's my job, it's my son. Leon was my first son, and it was never the reason to grow up in boxing. It was never, it was just an opportunity. Leon grew up, then 5 years later Alan was born, and with him I do the same. And 2 years later my daughter was born, and she's also fighting. Yeah, all my kids are fighting because it's my job to make my kids strong. The strongest way, how can I imagine, you know? Because I know outside it's a hard way. And if your kids and my wife also, we fight together. You know, I train them all.
It's the family.
Yeah. And this was the beginning from this team number. Yeah. And Leon grew up, and yeah, it was the time he fighting Olympic boxing. But I tell the truth. We fall in a lot of problems with the big organization in Germany, Deutsche Boxsportverband, DBV. We fall in a lot of problems because they work different as we imagine the situation, and we don't want to ride that way. So we separate us. Leon was 14. We separate us from Olympic boxing because we got. They wanted to took Leon. They took him in an internat for Olympic boxing, but he was too young, you know. So we fall in conflicts and separate us. And then Leon told me, "Dad, you think it's possible to bring me on the top in boxing? I think I can do this, yeah, with you together. I know a lot of people in fighting, you know, and you know, example Rainer Gottwald. We grow up together, you know, and." So Leon, I know a lot of people in boxing, not just Rainer, a lot of people more in fighting. I fight my whole life. Yes, I think it's possible. A long way to the top, but this was something I'm not thinking about that time, you know, and never imagine how hard it can be. Never imagine how difficult is this way. It was the experience who showed me, God damn, show me the way on the top, you know, with the family together. And it looks, from outside, I think it looks nice, family work together. But I think it's difficult to understand what happens inside the family, what happens inside the family. Everybody in Team Bauer have to bring what they want, have to bring in the backside, you know, staying back. And first thing every time was boxing. From that time, from this beginning on. And this was the first time my wife created, first time we have the youngest boy in the world. That time it was Leon, the first profi with 16, and my wife we don't talk about it. She just bring me a dress, for the next fight, for the first fight for Leon, and I see Team Bauer. Say Team Bauer, then Mala, Team Bauer, gotovo. Yeah, okay. And that was the time we're born, Team Bauer. It was create together. Yeah, I cannot, you know, I feel it's like this. My wife got his vision, I got my vision, Leon got his vision, you know, and it was random or not, but it goes like this, you know, like an engine, like a perfect engine, because everybody of us knows the job. And we understand the business, you know, we understand the business. I know it's not just a sport. I know it's a business concept. To make this, it's not easy, but we find a way. We find a way because everybody of us knows the job. My wife knows his job. My wife knows her job. I know my job. Leon, this time Ellen, and also my daughter. She's always with us and make the jobs. Nobody see my wife and nobody see my daughter, but they make our backside strong. You know, they always around us and they do everything that the system runs. My job is bring my boys the strongest way in the ring. The job of my wife is a different job. She got a not imagined talent for make a promotion. I never see somebody who don't learn it, who knows that deal like my wife. And everybody.
Because I'm the biggest fan of my sons.
Yeah, nice. I think the secret is she can make this job good because she's the biggest fan of my boys, of my childs, of my daughter, of my sons. You know, she's the biggest fan of it. And I think this makes the job not easy for her, but she loves to do it. I think so. And I tell the truth if I say my wife bring the biggest boys for our business, Bönte, Benny Blanco, and other people more and more she bring it. Okay, my wife bring these guys on my table. Of course, you know, I think one of this understand the business is to create the best fighter I can, you know, and if I change the words and change my mind and say, okay, you can make the best fighter that you can, but what happens if you take other good boys, other trainers within your boat? What gonna things change? And my mind goes from this, what I can, to more people, to more people, to more. So, and this is what I think, you know. And I do this for my boys and not for me. And the only way to do this is if I know anybody, other trainer knows special things, I say, please don't teach him. You know, I say, please, you know, work with my boys together. You know, and I'm not the only trainer for my boys. You know, every time in the last years we got always 2, sometimes 3 trainers. My job is for the hard working, for the hard condition, and for the hard working, for the strong power. You know, to fight about 12 rounds. It's my job. You know, and we got a technique trainer. He make say technique things, and I hope soon we got a special trainer for footwork. Last fight from Alan and Leon surprised me very much. It brings so much emotions up from conflicts and problems inside the family, you know, from the last 3 years. We fall in a lot of problems, and Leon gets separated from me, he separate me, and I understand. And he bring me to the place that I say, Daddy, please be daddy, but not still trainer. And it's my son. And I say, it's okay, son. It's okay. We will do that way. And then he takes, for Leon was a very hard time. I think for Leon was more harder than for me, because I'm not a boy, and I know what I want, you know. But for Leon, he teach new things in the life, and this time he get married, got my unuk, and he clear different things in his life. But always he train not hard, but always I hear, okay, he train and that place, train with a good friend of mine with CEO, Polcho, train, they look for him, and I say, CEO, please look a little bit for Leon, he don't know with who can train, you know, look for a good trainer, but it's not so easy for him. And a lot of times, I remember Las Vegas was not so long, was different old, but I know he can fight, and I know also if he get hard punches from his opponent, he can stay. He got a right on the hard place, and this is in Germany, you know, German fighters losing this can take hard punches, you know, they lose this, you know, and that's the reason, because German boxing, I see it, and I'm profi. I know Olympic boxing and I know profi boxing, and I say German Olympic boxing is down on the knees. They can performance nothing, you know, but it doesn't matter me. It doesn't matter to me. And profi boxing, it goes very softly, you know, very softly, and this is the reason, cause we change to train and work in Balkan area. I know what I do. It's what I say, and my wife is Croatian, and I know Balkan fighters. You know, I know a lot of boys from Balkan, and I know they're different. I know they're different. They have a heart to fight. You know, like my boys. Now this is the right place to build Alan up to one of the biggest fighter German ever create. You know, and I hope Leon goes also with me. Not every time, but sometimes can move. He can come, he can go, he can come, he can go. Because in Balkan we got so a lot of connection, to good fighters, you know, to good trainers. I think one of the best trainers in Europe, in whole Europe. I think so. And if I will bring this time Alan on the top, the best place to do this is to live in Balkan, and that's what we do. We move, we sell the houses, we sell everything in Germany, and move to Croatia, and that's the place where we live now. And this is the place where I build my boy up, Alan. Where I will build up Alan, and I hope Leon will sometimes go with us. His wife is a good girl, and I know her before Leon. She worked with me in boxing together when she was 13. Yeah, 13. She started boxing. Mama says, I know her mother. And she said, please help me. She do make a lot of problems. Blah, 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 blah. Sylvia, greeting on this position. And yeah, and I worked with Delia, I don't know, 3 years. 2 till 3 years, and then she goes up, you know, and make her job, you know, make good job and make a career, everything cool. But I did not see her long time, many years, till that time where Leon comes with a picture. And I say, oh no. It was very nice for me, you know. It was very nice for me, and yeah, this was so it surprised me. It surprised me, but I love this situation because I know her very long, and now she's my daughter-in-law. everything cool. And she bring me my unuk, and yeah, she makes us very lucky. Alan, this time we got 4 fights and 4 knockouts, 4 fights, 4 knockouts, and the next years I bring him slowly, I bring him up in Balkan, I bring him up with good friends together, and we'll show Germany how can we create a good German fighter. The important thing and the result from my experience is, it doesn't matter whatever we do, wherever we do, I bring my boys on the top. This is my job, and this is what I will do and what I will show.